welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia. Welcome everybody. Today I am finally reviewing Garland balloons. I hope I pronounced that right. I've heard so many good things about these balloons that I just couldn't stay on the sidelines, and I purchased some of the Garland balloons myself. I want to see it for myself why people love this brand. At first, I was hesitant if I wanted to review Garland balloons, but then I went on their website and I fell in love with the color choices that they offer to all of us. They are very unique, very beautiful. I am curious to see if those colors will be as beautiful in real life when I will inflate those balloons. I will link a website where I bought all of these balloons in the description under this video. With the Garland review balloons, I want to try to create a beautiful floral column. I got inspired when we took a trip to Texas. I bought a whole bunch of flowers that were sitting and waiting for me, and I feel like today is the perfect opportunity. Lots of new things, so hopefully everything will turn out as I was thinking. I want to probably use two gold hoop frames in this setup. I want to try to go as big as I can with this installation. We'll see where my creativity and where my imagination will take me. Without any further ado, let's go. Let's quickly go through all of the things that I'm planning to use in today's video. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of artificial flowers. So most of my flowers came from Amazon. The only two types of flowers I bought from Hobby Lobby are these guys over here and these white flowers. The rest, Amazon. I have a variety of things here. I have branches. I have branches of greeneries, different colors of roses, purple roses, again, different type, lots of greenery, and some hydrangeas in bluish, purplish tones. Moving on to our balloons, olive, mustard, and rust orange in 12, 18, and 5. Also, I have some 24. To construct my floral columns, I will be using a knot lamp. I am not sure if I want to create one column or two columns of flowers. We will see. To construct my floral columns, I will be working with a chicken wire. This is my first time working with chicken wire. I am very excited. This wire came in with wire cutters. They are very cute and small. They will come handy very soon. Also came in with 2 packages of zip ties. They will be very useful as well. Let's unpack this wire and measure how much wire I would need for my first knot lamp. Starting out by measuring out chicken wire around my knot lamp. Once I have the correct length, I am tucking in those ends so the chicken wire would hold on my lamp, using those wire cutters to cut the wire and securing this chicken wire over my knot lamp with those included zip ties, starting from the bottom and going all the way to the bottom of my knot lamp. Once chicken wire is fully secured, I am grabbing branches of greenery, bending those ends and feeding those ends into chicken wire. This held my greenery very well. If you're not sure about this method, you can always grab those included zip ties and literally zip tie these branches to your chicken wire. I'm repeating exactly the same thing with my other branches, covering my chicken wire almost to the fullest. Adding 3 branches that I got from Hobby Lobby, another thing that I got from there, and going in with the lightest shade of roses, spreading them all over the greenery column, focusing a little bit more on top because I want more flowers there. Going in with a different shade of green to have another variety of green. Going into my hydrangeas and simply inserting them into my chicken wire. Everything held up really, really nicely. Adding a little bit more of purple and a little bit more of another type of greenery. so the day is winding down, and before I go to bed, I want to prep my balloons and see how these balloons will survive throughout the night and how they will look like in the morning. So let's start with mustard color. I am opening up 12 and 18-inch balloons. Grabbing my 12-inch balloon and 18-inch balloon and inflating them at the same time into different sizes, 18 and 12, using my electric balloon pump. So far, I like what I see, but this 18-inch balloon has some darker, kind of like a streaks, spots on a balloon. It's not your solid looking color. If I'm turning my balloon right now, I can see spots over here. Then I have a spot here, over here. So it's kind of not like really noticeable, but those spots are there, but they stretch really nice and easy, and I like how they feel to the touch. If you like your balloons to be on a rounder shape, then press them against the floor and tying my balloons together into a pair. I am tying them pretty close together because I will be using these necks of balloons to construct my balloon garland. These necks are really nice and stretchy, which I love, and that's what I'm looking for because this is the technique that I'm using to construct all of my installations, and I need these necks to be nice and stretchy but strong at the same time to hold that, you know, pull and tag on them to construct my installs. So far, I kind of like them. Minus those like interesting spots. Maybe I'll look at them in the daylight and see how they are visible in the daylight, but now I definitely can see a few spots. Anyways, let's inflate 3 more pairs of balloons. Balloons are ready. I do receive a lot of questions about what you guys can do about these darker spots on top of your balloons and how you can improve them. Unfortunately, there's basically nothing that you can do to get rid of them or improve them. This is how the balloons are made and nothing can be done. Let's go back to creating clusters of balloons. Grabbing my first pair of balloons, second, and crisscrossing them and intertwining balloons together to lock everything nice and tight together. Third pair, adding, intertwining nice and tight together. Okay. And here we have a nice looking smaller cluster of balloons. A smaller cluster of balloons have 3 pairs of balloons intertwined together. I want to create a bigger cluster, adding 4th pair of balloon into this smaller cluster of balloon. I love to use bigger clusters of balloons to construct bases of my setups and then minimize my clusters and make them smaller into quads. Maybe use a single balloon to build volume in my balloon garlands. That way, with smaller amounts of balloons in your clusters or quads, I have better control of balloons, better control of the shape of the balloon garland and fullness of it. So creating a bigger cluster, 1 more, intertwined everything together. Okay, and here you have one beautiful bigger cluster of balloons. So this is what I will be doing with the rest of the balloons and the rest of the colors. I might create, and I will create, not might, I will create smaller clusters of balloons, and I will create quads of balloons. For those who don't know, quads of balloons are 2 pairs of balloons combined together. I really like how these balloons stretch. It was very easy for me to intertwine calisson balloons together into a cluster. I didn't have any problems because sometimes balloons are way too tough in the latex that it's so hard to intertwine balloons together and they would bounce back and everything will be flying places. So far I like it. Again, that's the only thing that I don't like are those spots on balloons, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll look at them in the morning. So let's go. Balloons are inflated and I am ready to leave them alone and come back to them tomorrow. I'm really curious to see if any of the balloons will deflate or pop on me throughout the night. We'll see. I am still not sure about this rust orange color. I am still deciding. I ended up buying only 5 and 18-inch balloons. 12 was sold out, so working with 2 sizes here. I will figure out if I want to use this color tomorrow morning in the daylight. These balloons stink a bit. This is not the worst smell I smelled from latex balloons, and believe me, I've reviewed a bunch of random balloons. It's not as bad, but you can smell it. Also, these olive balloons, the color is beautiful. It looks amazing. I love it. It's a little bit different in real life than on camera, but the only thing I don't like about these balloons, just olive balloons, they blew into a pear shape right away, and I absolutely don't like when balloons do that. All right, let's turn the lights off and come back to it tomorrow. Day 2, you guys. I pre-inflated my rust orange balloons in 5 and 18 sizes. I love how these 3 colors look together. I feel like I'm okay with the purple being with these colors. We'll see. If anything, I will pull out purple flowers and will replace them with something else. I didn't inflate a lot of rust orange, but my fingers turned orange. I don't know if you can see, but they look nasty. While I was inflating rust orange, my nose started to itch. It only happens with balloons that are heavily treated with something. Other than that, you guys, they inflated really nicely. None of the balloons from all of these balloons had holes or popped on me. I am very happy about that. So now let's pack everything into bags and move outside. Hopefully it's not going to rain. You know my luck with the weather, because it's very cloudy right now. No sun, and I feel like it's gonna start to pour. We'll see. Packing each color into different bags for easier access to each color. Assembling my hoop frames. These 2 hoops came from 2 different places. I will link them in the description under the video. When you have them ready, don't forget to put something heavy on your bases because you will need it. I am starting to construct my balloon garland by grabbing 2 clusters of balloons, reaching in and finding those stretchy long necks, tying 2 necks together. Keep on tying until you'll be happy with the length of your balloon garland. Once I have a good length of my base, I am going in and attaching the base to my frame by locking balloons over the pipe, starting to voluminize and construct the bottom of this setup by tying more and more clusters of balloons to the bottom of this balloon garland, going with color which I think will fit the best. If I see there's a lot of one color, I'm going in with another to mix colors very well together. Decided that I want to elongate the tip of this balloon garland even further by adding extra clusters, and I love it. Now grabbing smaller clusters, 24-inch balloons, quads, and starting to fill in spaces. This space in particular was dipping inside and I didn't like how that hole was so visible, so I added more balloons by using rubber bands. This next quad of balloons, look how a small adjustment can change the whole thing, like right here. Really didn't like what I did here with 24-inch balloons. I placed mustard with mustard balloons, olive with olive, so I decided to switch spots, put the olive next to the mustard and mustard to olive. Right here, you guys, this is my favorite part. This what brought this whole thing to the next level. I took the burnt orange or rust orange and decided to do a peekaboo with this color. I was literally hiding this orange, keeping minimum visible, and I absolutely love what this did to my whole setup. Wanted to add one more smaller cluster of balloons to the tip of the balloon garland because I wanted that tip to be even slimmer. Here comes the beauty of flowers. Make sure you put something heavy on the base. Also wanted to add this smaller floral piece, but it was way too small for the size of this setup. Didn't feel all of those purple flowers, so I decided to remove them and go with something different. Since I was working with fall colors, I decided to add pampas grass because pampas grass, it grows everywhere right now and it's so fall-like. Also added some dried palm leaves and everything started to make sense. Even though I love purple flowers, this looks so much better with this color combination. Added more balloons on the opposite side of my balloon garland to complement the floral column, and everything started to make sense. You guys, I fell in love with the setup as soon as I added more balloons on the opposite side, adding some rust orange for the pop of surprise color, adding a bit more detail. Couldn't leave my main balloon garland without any florals, so I am grabbing a whole bunch of greenery, pampas grass, dried palm leaves, and kind of recreating whatever I have in that floral column. You guys, keep an eye on these 5-inch balloons. Look how much they can change your whole setup. I didn't add a lot of 5-inch balloons, but I added enough to transform my whole setup. My final thoughts about Calasan balloons. You guys, I was impressed how they performed outside. I was impressed that they held up very well after my pulling and tagging and twisting and intertwining them everywhere and being really rough with them. They are super pretty, very pretty in color. Will I be repurchasing them? Probably yes. We'll see in the future. Again, it wasn't that hot for me to test these balloons to the fullest, but I am looking forward to working with them again. Guys, this is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was fun to watch. I hope it was inspiring. If it was, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. They always help. You can also share this video with family and friends. That will help too. If you have any additional questions, leave them in the comment section below and I will try my best to help you out. If you're new here, well, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button down below for more videos and great ideas. And I hope all of you will have a wonderful day. And I will see you back very soon. Bye.